What's going on, swim fans? In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you can recover faster for swimming. I'm going to talk about not only 5 ways that you can recover, but how you can apply them to your swimming routine so that you can swim faster and smarter than ever before. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome to MySwimPro, where I'm going to share the latest and greatest to help you take your swimming to the next level. So if you want to swim faster and smarter than ever before, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Now, the first thing we want to do is break down why this matters. What happens to your body when you swim? You break down your body on a muscular level. You also break it down mentally too. And it's important that you give yourself the opportunity so that you can recover, because as they say, train hard, recover harder. Oftentimes people think that they're overtraining. What's really happening is that you're actually under recovering. And I know as a swimmer myself, I am guilty to this as well. You think that you're overtraining, you're really not just giving yourself the opportunity to recover, because that is where all the gains are gonna be made. Whether you're trying to improve your performance or you're just trying to feel great in the water, it's all about how you can recover. So the first way that you can really master this is to make sure that you're warming up correctly. Big mistake a lot of swimmers make is not actually doing the proper warm-up, because the recovery happens before you even start the workout. I know it sounds crazy to say it like that, but that's the truth. Think of your warm-up as movement preparation. And this applies for not only dryland training, but also in the water as well. Whatever you do before you get in the water or before you begin your workout routine, it's so important to think of it as a movement preparation, because after all, what are you trying to do in a warm-up in the first place? You're trying to do 2 things. You're trying to optimize your performance. So like the saying goes, movement preparation, what are you actually going to do in the workout? And you want to optimize for that specific thing. So if you're going to do butterfly in the main set of your workout or breaststroke, you want to have some kind of a warm up along those lines. So you want to do some dolphin kick, breaststroke kick, do some drills for that specific stroke. And that goes back to the warm up for optimizing performance. The second thing that you want to do is you want to reduce your chances of injury. That's really important, because if you hurt yourself and you can't train, well, that's not going to be good for your health or your performance. So really important that you're optimizing performance or reducing injury, both of them ideally. Now, how do you do this? Because when you're warming up correctly, you move more efficiently. And when you move more efficiently, you're actually putting less stress on the body, and that's going to allow you to recover faster. And so if you think about it from that perspective, at a 10,000 foot view, basically, you're warming up correctly to have this movement preparation. And by preparing your body correctly, you're going to optimize your performance, you're going to reduce your chance of injury, and it means you're going to move through the water or on land more efficiently. And by moving more efficiently, less stress on the body, you're going to recover more quickly. So I hope that made sense. If you want, maybe rewind the video and watch that again, but hopefully it made sense. Step number 2, stretching. This is one of the most common mistakes swimmers do in how they actually stretch. So what you do before the workout is called dynamic stretching. A couple things that go into that. Basically, you're doing some kind of light aerobic work. So you're getting the heart rate up, but you're not spiking the heart rate. You're basically building up gradually, get the blood flowing. You're doing dynamic stretches. This basically means you're not holding the movement. You're really getting that muscle activation. And that's really important to do before you do the workout. Now, what you do after the workout that'll help you recover from the work that you did is what's called static stretching. This is where you basically hold the movement. So if you're doing dynamic arm swings or dynamic hamstring stretch before the workout, after the workout, you're actually going to hold that, and it's really important to focus on breathing. And by stretching correctly before and after the workout, you're actually going to set your body up to recover more quickly, so that way you can hit that next workout even harder. Remember, train hard, recover harder. Now, the third most important thing here we're going to talk about is called nutrition. We've heard about this. What is nutrition? You hear the expression, you are what you eat. I really believe that. It's not about what you eat also, but it's also what you put into your body from a fluid perspective, because you have to make sure you're appropriately fueling and refueling your body. And because this promotes repair and growth, because if you don't have the right fuel in your body, you're not going to be able to fuel your performance, and also you're not going to be able to recover after the workout. And since we're talking about nutrition, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Rejoy. Rejoy makes plant-based, CBD-infused drinks that help your body and mind recover so you can perform your best. Every serving of Rejoy contains 20 milligrams of natural CBD, which has been shown to help some athletes sleep better and reduce pain and inflammation. CBD is a non-intoxicant compound that comes from the cannabis plant, and regularly incorporating CBD to your routine can increase serotonin in your brain, which in turn reduces stress and helps you focus. Rejoy is also a great natural source of carbs that's packed with electrolytes to help you refuel and rehydrate after a workout. It also gives you a dose of potassium, which helps with muscle recovery. But beyond all of those health benefits, it actually tastes good. Actually, it tastes great. And I've really been loving the watermelon coconut flavor. There's a few great flavors to choose from, so not just that one, but you can pick from lime coconut water, ginseng, cucumber. There's also tangerine coconut water. There's the mixed berry coconut water, aloe vera maca. And so there's a lot of things to choose from in terms of flavor and taste. So make sure you check out Rejoy, link down below, for their best deal and give them a try. Thanks to Rejoy for sponsoring today's video. And remember to hydrate before, during, and after your workouts. Hydration is so important. It's also really important to sleep and to actually give yourself the opportunity to rest. And so you don't have to necessarily sleep, 10 hours a day or take naps regimented. That's nice if you can take naps. But it's important to give your body that rest, because what happens when you sleep? What happens when you rest? You're basically enhancing muscle recovery through protein synthesis. That is when your muscles actually get the opportunity to build and rebuild themselves stronger. Because during sleep, that is when human growth hormone is actually released. Not when you're doing the workout, it happens after the workout. So make sure you get your hydration before, during, and after. Get your Rejoy, and then when you sleep, that's actually when the human growth hormone is actually going to start to take effect. And make a sleep a priority. This is so important. Sometimes people think about, scheduling in their workouts and being so precise with what they do in the water, out of the water, on land, and they forget about the most important thing, which is after the workout, you got to make sure you recover, rest, and sleep. Now, the fifth thing we're going to talk about is how you can do active recovery. Now, oftentimes people think of swimming as active recovery for other types of workouts. So, if you do a hard gym session, a lot of people go to the pool and they use the pool as their way of active recovery. But what happens when swimming is your fundamental thing that's breaking you down? Or maybe you're doing swimming and a lot of other stuff and you're just broken down in general. So there's a few different ways you can think about active recovery. Basically, a few pillars of active recovery. We've got low intensity, low impact. So people think swimming is low impact, but swimming can actually be pretty high impact if you're really fatiguing your body and pushing yourself to the limits, if you're using equipment, if you're doing resistance training, all of these different things that maybe go outside of like a normal routine. Maybe normally you're not doing sprints, but on that particular day you do sprints. So even if you're not taking a day off of swimming and you're still getting in the water, doing some type of lower intensity, longer aerobic type swimming, so you're not spiking these different lactate levels and producing that lactic acid by doing short burst work, whether that's in the pool or in dryland training. Also limiting your exposure to different types of equipment like fins. If you're not used to wearing fins and you're trying to recover, using fins is probably not the way to do it if you're not used to that, because it's going to increase the amount of fatigue on your body. Also, it's really important to limit the amount of stroke work that you do. Again, if you're not used to doing breaststroke or butterfly, incorporating all of this new individual medley work on a recovery day, just because it's maybe not your best thing, is not the way to recover, because it's actually going to fatigue you more. So if you're used to doing a lot of backstroke and freestyle, that's great. Do the same thing, maybe do a little bit less volume, a little bit less intensity, give yourself a little bit more rest. And if you're not used to doing a lot of kicking, that's not the place to do it, because it's going to cause you a little bit more fatigue. And also make sure you remember that this can be more beneficial than doing no activity at all. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm really fatigued, do I need to do a workout or not? By doing the workout, you're actually going to circulate the blood in your body, and that's going to keep your body from getting stiff and from getting tight. That's why you don't do a static stretch before you do the workout. So it's important to do the dynamic stretch before the workout, and then you can get the blood flowing, do the actual workout, static stretch after. And going through that cycle from an active recovery perspective, it works the same way. So make sure that you're actually getting the blood flowing on a regular basis. That might mean doing some type of lighter activity every single day. If you work out hard 4 days per week, if on the other 2 or 3 days, if you can do something light just to get your body moving, whether that's in the water, out of the water, that's really, really important. And if you're thinking about, well, how do I structure these workouts on a day-to-day basis, make sure you download the MySwimPro app, because we have tons of training programs for both in and out of the water to help you structure, so that way you don't have to think about this, and we do everything for you. So if you're looking for a workout or a training plan specific to a goal, maybe that's an open water race, maybe you're training for a pool competition, or you're just trying to get off the couch and train for a 1K or your first mile swim, that's great. Make sure you check out the MySwimPro app. Also, be sure to check out my book. I actually have a couple of chapters on nutrition and on recovery specifically. It's called Swim Like a Pro. It'll be linked down below in the description, so make sure you check it out. And finally, if you're not in the MySwimPro Global Facebook group, VIP group, absolutely free to join. I hope to see you in there. If you're a beginner, intermediate swimmer, former Olympian, triathlete, open water swimmer. We have everyone like that, over 10,000 swimmers from over 100 countries. They're all in there. So I'm gonna see you guys in that Facebook group. And make sure you check out Rejoy. Their best deal will be linked down below in the description of this video. And let us know in the comments what questions you have. I wish you guys the very best. Thank you so much for being a part of this community, and happy swimming.